Yeah, this video is things I think they need to do in Anthem to just make the game better as a person that plays the game, not as somebody that's just like watching crap and as an actual player that put mad time into the game. One thing I guess there would be some minor spoilers. I don't even know, whatever. One thing I don't like is Fort Tarsus, this place where you're in first person view. When I bought the game, I expected this place to kind of be like Mass Effect, where when you talk to like a lot of the people here, it would like change a lot of the stuff that happens just in this little world. And as you would level up in the game, you would get access to like other areas in this place, but that really doesn't happen. So it's like there's almost no difference in this place from when you first put it in even to after you beat the game. It's like, I'm like, man, I thought there would be like a lot of crap that was gonna happen in this Fort Tarsus. So I really think one thing they should do is have a lot of the conversations and dialogues, conversations and decisions you make kind of affect this place, because they don't really affect anything really. Like, I made conversations, I thought certain things would happen, but nope, doesn't. And I thought they would like affect like the story and stuff. That didn't really happen. So I think that they need to make this place a lot more. I think they need to expand Fort to people have substance, because like there's all these NPCs here, and it just seems like their existence is just to fill up empty space, but there's like no purpose to them. Another thing, the forge. The forge needs to just be like integrated into this little area right here, where if I just walk up this ramp, I should just be able to use the forge like right here. I shouldn't have to like go to like the load screen for the forge while I'm in the middle of being in a party, and then leave the Fort Tarsus to go to the forge, then leave the forge to ready up in the party, and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot to equip this, then gotta load back into the forge again. I'm like, this literally should just be the forge right here. I should be able to walk up here, see my javelin like how I see it, and just customize it and equip stuff like right here and switch it. I think that should all be here. And these like NPCs that are just here to act like they're doing something, when I change stuff on my javelin, it should be like these guys that freaking make the changes to the javelin to kind of give them some type of like credit or some crap like that. I don't know. This chick, she should play a part like as you level up in the game. Like, she gains new equipment for you. Cause a lot of the customization for the character is mostly you spend like the gold coins on it. And I don't really like any of the almost all of the options you have to like customize your character kind of seem customization is just dead. Like, it's real hard to kind of get my dude looking the way I want. And then they have a lot of these little options you can put on your character, like stickers or whatever, graffiti, but then you can't change the color of it. So it's like, well, I got my dude red and black, and then I like this design that's green and purple. And it's like, why can I just change the colors of this design? I gotta have a red and black character with green and purple. I'm like, I'd rather just not have the sticker on my character. Anyways, those are some minute complaints. Like, Fort Tarsus kind of just seems dead, and I feel like a lot of the people you talk through should kind of have a bigger role, and then this place should expand and get bigger as you progress through the game, but that doesn't really happen. And I guess I'll just shut up with those. I'm sure I can just rant forever with that. And my other complaint, which is probably the complaint that a lot of the people I play with have, is the drop rates of master work. Well, let me just where's free play? I don't even care. I don't really care where I land. And to think, I know you just hear me talking, I'm not a weak freaking person in the game. I'm already master work, as you can see right there. I'm not freaking I was playing on Grandmaster 3. That was a travesty. I'm good enough for Grandmasters 1 and 2. Here's another complaint before I even do anything. My complaint is Grandmaster difficulty is just gay. Like when you go, I guess Grandmaster 1 is acceptable, but when you play on like 2 and 3, it's supposed to up the drop rate of like master works and like legendaries, and I can do a mission and it could take like an hour to complete and I won't get a single master work or legendary. And I'm like, yeah, I can spend like 8 hours on the game and get like one master work that I don't need and no legendary at all after doing these Grandmaster 2 and 3s. I can somehow do Grandmaster 2 it's a challenge, but it's not overpowered. But Grandmaster 3 is just gay. Grandmaster 3 is just freaking gay. And it's like you get these masterwork weapons, which are supposed to be like the strongest. Well, I'll just stay on Grandmaster 1, which is supposed to be like the strongest weapons in the game. And like I'm fighting a dude who is just a character with a helmet on. I'm shooting like meteors on this guy, and he just walks through all of it and just pops me with a pistol and kills me. I'm like, but I'm a masterwork storm. Like you would think that when my shield has all this power and I got these masterwork equipments on, you would think that you would be able to kill the little small enemies, and only like the beefed up enemies, like the armored ones and stuff like that, would be buffed. Nah, it's every enemy is just like unkillable. There's times where I can empty up like freaking 60 rounds and like a regular dude, and like he still has 70% of his health bar, and I'm sitting here like, what type of junk is this? This is a masterworks weapon I'm using. It kind of takes the fun out of the game when it's like you got 50 enemies on screen and you have to spend like all your effort on like a nobody enemy, and it's just like this junk is whack. I think one thing they need to do is either buff all of the weapons so that they can, a master work weapon should be able to kill something that's in grandmaster level like easily, rather than freaking have a master work weapon that only does like 200 damage and then you gotta hit this dude for like 30,000 damage. I'm like, this is gonna take forever to kill this dude. I use my powers. They do like from I think 12,000. They do kill anything. I'm like, this is so pointless. I like the gameplay and all of that, but I think what they need to do to make the game better is increase the drop rate for masterwork and for masterworks and legendaries. They need to increase the drop rate on those when you play on Grandmasters 1, 2, and 3 significantly. And the other thing is, instead of just scaling up the enemy's health and armor and shield when you play on a harder difficulty, the enemies shouldn't really get stronger. There should just be like newer enemies that you only fight in like the Grandmaster difficulties. Like every time you up the difficulty from like Grandmaster 1 to Grandmaster 2, there's like new enemy types you have to fight, and they bring like a new mechanic into the combat, and it becomes more challenging because of the new enemies rather than the same enemies you've been fighting on the prior difficulties, just upscaled to like ridiculous stats. It's like I'm fighting like a freaking a scorpion. I'm hitting this dude with like meteors and stuff, and this sucker is just not dying. Like, look at this. Like, see that I'll accept that damage. That was like a third of his health bar with my ability at its weakest form. I'll take that. But when I get into like a fight with an actual enemy that's considered to be an enemy, I'll hit a dude with like that attack like 20 freaking times. It's just one guy, and this sucker's still alive. I'm like combo chaining. I'm freaking proccing enemies with the fire. I got my friend who uses the lightning for the shields. We'll get one shot by like every enemy. I'm like, this junk is insane. I'm like, I don't even have fun if I play on Grandmaster 3. The game is not even fun at that point. It's just fighting. It's just wasting ammo. Really? It's just wasting ammo fighting forever just to get nothing. When you play on Grandmaster 2, it's challenging, but some of the enemies still take forever. And when you play on Grandmaster 1, is probably the most balanced out of the Grandmasters. What the hell? I'm doing an objective? I don't even know what this is. I don't even care. I'm just talking. I don't really like a lot of the drop rates is horrible. The enemies being upscaled is kind of freaking annoying. Those are like real big complaints, and I feel like what they gotta do is to fix it is just make new enemies rather than just buff weak enemies. I feel like they just make more enemies in the game for the Grandmaster difficulty only. Increase the drop rates of Masterworks. Like, you should be guaranteed a legendary. You can get if you play on Grandmaster 3, you should be guaranteed 1 legendary if you complete the mission, and then get 2 random legendaries for whatever, in addition to that 1 guaranteed for your character. It should be something like that. That way that you know that for doing this tedious, boring mission, fighting these ridiculous enemies that you can't even kill, you know, you freaking get, you know you're gonna get something when you freaking beat the mission, or if you even beat it. If everybody don't quit due to constantly dying every 2 seconds, you get something. Grandmaster 2, you should get at least 1 legendary and 1 master work. Should be guaranteed a master work. But it don't work like that. It's like you play on this difficulty, you get rares, more rares and more rares, and then you get epics and epics. And to even play on a difficulty, you already have to have like almost all the epics to even be able to do the mission and kill stuff. So it's like all the epics become pointless and all the rares are absolutely useless because you don't want those. They're just, you just salvage them for crafting at that point. And it's like you get no masterworks or legendaries. I'm like, then what was the point even doing this mission on this difficulty, you know? What's the point? There's almost no point. You do the strongholds on like Grandmaster freaking 2 and 3. The bosses just do like nothing but one shots. I'm like, if you ain't the Colossus, you getting dropped instantly. I got like a god tier shield on that's supposed to be like divine, and I will die to like a grunt with a pistol. I'm like, yo, I'm floating. My barrier's maxed. I'm buffed. I got the little increased buff from my Colossus friend, the shield, whatever the crap is. And then I'll still get one shot by like a twat. I'm like, this, you gotta be freaking kidding me. That's like my biggest complaint about the game. Like as far as like the gameplay and all of that is fine, but masterwork weapons need to be buffed, legendary weapons need to be buffed, and like the enemies that you fight on Grandmaster 2 and 3 need to be down. They need to be down instead of just buffing enemies. Like this right here, what is this? Like, if this was Grandmaster 3, these little bullets right here, I would be dead already. Just that would kill me. But I can actually take these bullets on Grandmaster 1. I don't know where my shield is at the moment. I can't, it's not showing up. But you see how they died in one shot? If this was Grandmaster 3, this enemy right here, that dude, he would literally be able to just one-shot me. And I'm like, what the hell? And then you factor in that there was 3 of them. And then there was this guy shooting me with this turn over here, wherever he is. Like, all these bullets, I would instantly die to these guys. Notice how you survived? Just like, yeah, whatever. But you play, alright, now my shield's gone. But notice how many bullets I took. Now, if this was Grandmaster 3, and I'm a Masterworks, like, character. If this was Grandmaster 3, I would auto-die to, like, any of those bullets. It was like, really? To these guys? These are, like, the weakest enemies in the game. Like, how does that army right there? That's instant death. Just me hovering here is instant death. And then you got the shielded. Any enemy that's shielded like a legendary scout. Oh, that just when you got like 8 of those snipers just aiming at you, instant death. I'm like, what's the? Look at that. I'm on Grandmaster freaking 1. What did I get? Oh, it's a rare. That's all you get, even if it's Grandmaster 2 and 3. Oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna end this rant. I think I made my point, honestly. If you agree, let me know. If you don't, let me know why. I take it you haven't gotten far enough, or you are just extreme in this game, and like none of us really, once we became Masterwork ranked, we're unable to get any Masterworks or legendaries. We'll get Masterworks out of doing strongholds on like Grandmaster 1 and 2. But I mean, like, it's normally when we use like our weaker characters. When we're using our top characters, we don't get anything we need. We don't get any legendary. It just becomes like, what's the point even playing to get loot? It kind of takes the fun out of the game, honestly. I'll just stop the video here.